Hi, we're here with Anthony at the Frozone Gelato.
Yep.
So tell us, how long have you had this business?
We opened in 2017, and then in 2020 we opened a second spot in the Worcester Public Market.
Oh, so you've got
Two.
two.
Yep.
Ah.
Yep. It's a booth right in the Worcester Public Market, right by the new Polar Park, where they moved the Woo Socks from.
But this was your original.
This is my main store. This is where we make everything. We make everything right in the back, and we bring it over there. And here we're only open till end of September every year. There we're open all year, Friday, Saturday,
Probably
Sunday.
a bigger population.
Yeah, and it's a food hall, so people aren't coming. In the winter in New England, it's kind of hard to sell ice cream. Over there, people are going for food, and then they'll grab me because I'm there.
How did you get into this business?
I asked myself that too. I wanted to open something that was my own, and I wanted to do something with ice cream. And there's so many. New England's actually, we sell more ice cream per capita than anywhere in the country, which is a really interesting fact when you learn that. More than Florida, more than California, anywhere in the country, more ice cream is sold in New England. Most ice cream places are generational. They've been around for 2-3 generations. They've been open for 50 years, 100 years. And I knew that if I could bring something that nobody really has or makes around here, it would be different. So I decided to do gelato because there's nowhere around here, unless you go to Boston in the north end, or if you go to Rhode Island, like Federal Hill area. There's really not many gelato options around here. I knew the yogurt could bring a lot of people in and then get them to hopefully try the product that most people haven't had or have had a bad experience with. Then as I'm starting to figure out what I want to do, I want to open something with ice cream. I'm learning about gelato. I'm learning, it's expensive to make it. It makes far less product. So if I make 1.2 gallons of gelato, you could make over 2 gallons of ice cream for the same cost. Because you put less air in the gelato, it basically creates less product, but makes it taste richer and creamier. And when I was deciding to open, I ended up meeting someone who showed me, a machine. I was shopping around, what do I need? I don't know anything about making ice cream. And I ended up meeting someone, a guy from Baltimore actually, flew down here, showed me, they're trying to sell me on the machine. Flew down, we made a mango sorbet, and it was the most amazing thing I ever had. I was blown away. I was like, this is it. This is what I gotta do. I'm gonna make it myself. Didn't realize the investment it takes to make it, because you're gonna buy all your parts from Italy. You basically gotta find ingredients from Italy and get them imported, which is a whole process, especially once Corona happened. It wasn't easy getting everything here. I ended up meeting someone, these great people who actually lived in Worcester, but they were Italian. They call her the Gelato Queen, Donna Damiano, and Arthur Clifford, her husband. And they ended up showing me a brand new way to make ice cream. We worked on everything. I changed all my recipes. I got different bases from Italy because I import all my bases from Italy, and I remade everything. And I started learning how to basically come up with my own flavors. So I don't need a fake paste to make something. I make pumpkin, so pumpkin's in because it's, fall's already here. And I make pumpkin with actual base like you would make a pumpkin pie. I get actual pumpkin. You throw it in the base. It's not like a fake flavoring to make the flavors, and that's what I do with almost all of my flavors now. And once I started doing that, I started being able to make anything I wanted. You could come in here and suggest, someone just suggested a lemon blueberry cookie. I had that in last weekend just for that. And I can make anything. I make a Ferrero Rocher where I actually take real Ferreros and I throw it in to make the Ferrero. When I make a cookies and cream, I get double stuffed Oreos, and there's no flavoring in it. It's just double stuffed Oreos blended down to make my cookies and cream. I have people today that come in, they're like, I don't like gelato. And I'm like, all right, well, if you want it, you just get a free sample. You don't have to buy anything. And once they try it, they realize it should just taste like better ice cream. It should never just be, oh, I like gelato, but I like regular ice cream, but I don't like gelato. If it's made correctly, the only difference is butterfat and air content. A lot of people will say, oh, it's egg. Oh, there's more cream in it. Oh, there's less cream. No, it's really an air content that's the biggest difference, how dense the product is, because some of them I make with no cream. I wanted to make the cleanest, best product I could, so when you come in, you try it, you don't have to get anything, you just sample it. You usually get kind of hooked. And then I've had a lot of loyal customers. I actually just won Best Ice Cream in Central Mass last year.
Oh, congratulations.
Which was very exciting.
You've already gone into Worcester.
Yep.
Are you planning to go anywhere else, or are you just want to stay the two? What's your long-term goals?
Possibly one more. The only spot I'd ever open one, I don't know if you're familiar with the area, is Shrewsbury. Do you know Shrewsbury at all? Yep, so Shrewsbury is the only place I'd ever open one. If you can find a spot. The hard part is the center of Shrewsbury, I don't know if you're familiar with it, there's no parking anywhere. So if I ever open one, it would be there. I also cater weddings. I do a lot of catering for weddings.
I would never.
Yeah, it's really cool. So, cakes are, always big, but a lot of people are kind of fading on the cake thing. And I have a 5-foot cart. I cater under the name Iovanni's, which is my mom's maiden name. And we show up. We basically, instead of your cake, we show up. We have a bar. It's me and one other server, and we scoop out up to 300 ice creams for all their guests, and we can do it really fast and efficiently. And it's really cool. If you go to a wedding and we're there, we're the thing being talked about, because it's such a different experience to have an open ice cream bar. They get to come in here, they get to sample any flavor that I have in the case currently, and then they get a list with over 100 flavors that they can pick from, and I even make custom flavors for them. I've had a guy who really wanted a cinnamon ice cream, never done it before, whipped up a special recipe just for his wedding because that's what they wanted. So I can really make anything. So anything that if you're like, I need this flavor for my wedding, I can figure it out and make it happen. And it's a cool experience once you see how it's set up. And then some people still have cake. They'll walk up with their plates and I'll just scoop it right on the plate for them.
That'll make it taste good.
Make it taste extra good, that's for sure.
Extra good, okay. I like that. So I also love your sign up there with the difference in calories and sodium and cholesterol.
Yep.
Very interesting.
Yep, so that's basically based off of vanilla. So because it was easy to find online, the Friendlies, the Ben & Jerry's, the Haagen-Dazs vanilla. So I made a vanilla, I had it tested, and it shows you it's really the lack of cream. Heavy cream, like when you make ice cream, you do about 3 to 4 times more heavy cream than if you made gelato. So because of the lack of cream, the butterfat content, all the unhealthiness that goes around it, basically drops significantly, because when you eat it, you'll think, oh, this is so creamy, but it's air that you're tasting. It's how dense the product is. Unlike ice cream that's 80 to 120% air, gelato's around 20 to 30% air.
Wow.
So it's a really dense product. So one scoop will fill you up like you're eating 2 scoops of ice cream, sometimes 3, and it will also have the less calories because of the less cream in it, but it will taste just as creamy. Some of the ones in there, like I have a limoncello I make, and that has 0 cream in it. But you would have no idea it had 0 cream because it's so creamy.
Huh. Interesting. Anything I missed?
No, I mean, that's pretty much it. We make that. Oh, we started, when I first opened, I mentioned how we sold yogurt, gelato, and Italian ice. We used to buy the Italian ice. Now we make all the Italian ice in-house. And it's really a delicious product. I make it Philadelphia style. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. So all the Italian ice around here is very icy, where you scrape it. You gotta scrape it smooth. This is very smooth. It's a very smooth texture. So once you try it, you'll kind of understand it a little more. But
you get a lot of the kids like that, I bet.
The kids like it. The kids mostly like this, the yogurt. They like to pull the lever, put all their candy on that they want.
That's probably why, because they get to put all the toppings.
The toppings.
It has nothing to do with what's underneath.
If
you were giving them this and they had that choice, they'd do
if you eat this cookies and cream, it's good. It's as good as any yogurt or ice cream cookies and cream you'll get at another place. You eat my cookies and cream, you'll be blown away. But they just like to pull the lever down, and they like to throw all the candy on it. So kids always tend to come more this way.
Oops, sorry.
But the gelato is really what brings people back. Because you eat this, it's good, it's fair. The pricing is a lot better for most parents because you at least know what you're going to spend before you buy it. With the gelato, though, a lot of times people come in for this, they try that, and they come back and get that.
Very good. Okay, so can we go in the back and see something?
Yeah. You want to try stuff first? Flavoring in it. It's a Reese's flavored ice cream, and that's
Isn't that good? I think it's delicious. I ate it before you had a chance.
Normally, every month we do 4 to 5 flavors of the month.
Okay.
So we have a bunch of regulars that are always in. We always have peanut butter. We always have Ferrero. The key with what I try to do is I try to get multiple flavors in a lot of things. So like this one, you'll taste the butter, you'll taste the pecan. It's really like a palate sitter. So like you let it sit on that palate, you should taste multiple flavors. On a lot of them, I try to make it so it's never just one thing, it's multiple things. Like Ferrero, you get the chocolate, you get the hazelnut, you get the crunch. It's really about kind of having multiple.
You're right, particularly this one. The other one I didn't.
Well, the other one's just Reese's.
Yeah.
That's it. Some of them can't, like coconut is just coconut. Fruit.
Wow.
Yep. So like, the mixed berry is blackberries, raspberries, blueberries, strawberries. That
pumpkin is very good.
Yeah.
I mean, it is good.
And you see what I mean? It's not just like a fake flavoring. Now, another one is purple cow, which I didn't know when I opened because my mom loves purple cow.
Purple cow?
It's a New England flavor. Only big in New England.
Do you want chocolate?
It's only big in New England. So I spent a
Okay.
long time on the purple cow recipe.
This really is real
Yeah,
chocolate.
it's chocolate on chocolate on chocolate. Our black raspberry is
Very creamy.
can't tell. Yeah, no, because ice cream needs the cream to taste creamy. Gelato doesn't need cream to taste creamy.
This is delicious.
On a hot day, it's like it's one of the best ones.
That is, I agree with you.
It's very refreshing on a hot day. I ended up buying a new machine 2 years ago that I can make 4 gallons, and that I can do in an hour. So it's
In an hour?
In an hour. Right now, she's mixing a 2.5 gallon bucket, a 5 gallons worth of product, 4.5 gallons worth of product, and then she'll throw everything in it and we'll pasteurize it all together. Because I think it makes a better product. It heats it up. So that takes around 15 to 20 minutes, and then the freezing takes around like 25 minutes. And then it technically has to sit in a blast freezer, which is like -20 to -40. Usually it should sit in there for like an hour at least, but not including that time, it's like an hour. This is the machine I was telling you about. So this is the one that does 4 gallons. And then that was my original machine that does 1 gallon. So that one I'll use if someone does like a special order and just orders 1 pan, or if I'm experimenting. So if I'm trying to make a flavor, I don't want to make 4 gallons of something to see if it's good. So on that one, I can actually make half of a gallon. So I'll usually make a half gallon, or I'll make a gallon or 2 gallons, and then I'll bring it to my Worcester location, and that's where everything usually gets tested.
Okay, so in your Worcester, you make it here.
I make it here.
So all winter you're open making this here, right?
Exactly. And then I bring it over there.
So do you make something all the time, twice a day, every other? What?
During the summer, we're doing 100 gallons a week, and we're making it all day, basically until 7 o'clock at night. Or between 7 and 9, it's just too busy to do it. So till 7 o'clock, we're basically making ice cream all day long, just to keep up.
And do you have, how many people do you have like working for you?
So we have 10 people on staff. And like, how many people do I have making the ice cream, or just like working here?
Well, do they probably do both? I mean,
only 3 of us make ice cream.
Okay.
Yeah, the other ones don't make ice cream. So only 3 of us make ice cream. The other ones just, scoop and clean and do all that stuff.
Yeah.
But to make it, it's a process. The hardest thing is it's like baking a cake. Once you know a recipe, you know how you can make a cake if you get a cake box, you can make a cake whenever you want. So the big thing is figuring out recipes. So only 2 of us know how to make a recipe to make sure it has the right body, the right amount of sugar, the right amount of everything. I can even open this. It's cookies and cream. So that's
Look at
that's
that.
the cookies and cream. So right now it's at 61 Celsius. So it's going to get cooked all the way to 185 degrees.
Celsius?
No,
Or
180
Okay.
Fahrenheit.
Wow.
Pasteurizing.
This is the pasteurizing. So it's 2 separate systems. So this is a divider. So this is the top half that pasteurizes, and this is the blast freezer. You'll see how big this thing is. So then this is where it gets frozen. So
Wow.
yeah, so it'll go in there and just totally, that's where it basically, and then when it comes out, it doesn't actually come out at 0. If it comes out at 0, you can't get it. It comes out at like 15 degrees, which is why you need to put it in a blast freezer, which is basically just a -40 freezer.
Does it go right from the pasteurizing process that this is down and start?
Right when this hits 180 degrees, then this will be, so it's at 70, so 10 more Celsius. Then it'll beep, and then basically, you always want to make sure you shut this and lock it, because if you don't, you'll have a real mess. And then you'll basically drop it down to here, you'll press start, and I have an ice cream mode, and then I have a gelato mode, and then there's just a regular spin mode. So if you're taking it out, it's already at the right temp.